are creating swirled ornaments, and this is our first of our holiday live streams showing you how you can craft great things for your holiday decorations and celebrations. So today we will be using Folk Art Color Shift paint, and we will be using this great assortment of 6 colors that's available at walmart.com. And Stephen, who will be here moderating for me, will put the link to this set in our comment section so that you can just click on the link and it'll take you directly to the page on the walmart.com website. So what we're doing today is we are actually painting on the inside of ornaments using our Color Shift paint to create these beautiful abstract ornaments. And I've got one here that's kind of red and white. I was thinking this kind of reminds me of like a little peppermint ornament, or one here with green and white, which could be our spearmint if you want to. I've done one here using traditional red and green colors. You can use any color you want to, but I thought that the Color Shift colors would be especially nice inside an ornament. Now, you can use glass ornaments, or you can use beautiful plastic ornaments, which are available now. And this is a great project to do with kids or your creative friends. So you could have an ornament party, just get everybody together, and you can craft up these one-of-a-kind ornaments. No two will ever be the same, no matter how hard you try. Each one's going to be completely unique. And so let's go ahead and get started, and I'll show you exactly what you need to do to make these ornaments. All right. First thing you need to do is to clean the inside of your ornament. So the best way to do that is to use rubbing alcohol. Are we going overhead now? Mm-hmm. Okay. So I'm using some rubbing alcohol, and I like to put it into a little spray bottle so it's easier to use. And you just give a little spritz inside your ornament, and then shake it around. Make sure you get all of the inside of the ornament cleaned up. Then tap the ornament to get any excess alcohol out. Now, one thing that I will tell you is it takes longer for the alcohol in the ornament to dry than you would think it would. So just set the ornament so that it's got some ability to have some air going into the opening, and let it dry completely. And this could take an hour or two. So I would do this the day before I was getting ready to paint my ornaments. So I've got an ornament here that we've cleaned before, and you can simply pop off the little cap. Don't lose these. Keep these in a safe place. And here is my ornament that is clean and dry and ready to use. I want to point out this is a nice round ornament here. This one is supposedly shaped like a Christmas tree light. I also think it looks like an egg, so if you are a person that does an Easter tree, you could, of course, do a set of ornaments for your Easter tree, and you could use things like the white flash, you could use yellow flash, and some of the violet flash if you wanted to do some traditional yellow and purple and white Easter ornaments. You could certainly do those. And here is kind of a puffy disc ornament that you can see. It's a plastic ornament, and it's not too wide, but it's got a nice flat surface, so you can get a lot of your color showing up on that. So any kind of ornament you want to use will be great for this. And these happen to be plastic ornaments that we're using today. Did you have a question for me, Stephen?
Oh, no, we just had a comment from Sarah. She said, these look so fun.
Oh, they are fun, and they're super easy to do, and your kids, and even if you can get your significant other involved in this, it's a lot of fun to do, and like I said, no two come out the same. So everybody can have their own unique ornament. So I'm going to demonstrate today. I'm going to do a white with red and green. So I'm going to use 3 different colors in my ornament. Now, it's a good idea if you have a little solo cup. This is I suppose the perfect size for a Jell-O shot, but it's a little cup that you can sit your ornament up in, and you'll need those later on. So have those handy. You should also have plenty of paper towels, some baby wipes to clean up with, and off camera I have a nice large trash can, and you will definitely need the trash can. All right, so here's what you do. It's pretty simple. I'm going to shake my paint up, and then I'm going to open up my first color, and I'm going to put the cap to the opening of my ornament, and I'm going to squirt some paint down into the ornament, and I'm going to turn it around and give another squirt, and you can see that the paint is starting to run and drip inside the ornament, and that's exactly what we want to have happen. So I'm going to put a little more white in here and just let that kind of run in the ornament. Don't worry that you're putting too much paint in. We'll get rid of the excess. Don't worry about that. All right, so now I'm going to use my red flash color in the color shift world. So I'm going to put some of that in. You can put it where there's no white paint, or you can put it where there is some white paint and let it kind of mix together. Just put it inside, and then I'm going to set that aside. And now I'm going to use some of my green. Again, just shake the paint up and put the nozzle down to the opening of the ornament and give it a big squeeze and put some color in there. Make sure
Andy, I've got a question for you while you're doing that.
Go ahead, Stephen.
Vanita asked, do the color shift paints actually shift in color? Could you talk about that a
They
little bit?
give a metallic flash, which shows up the green. As you turn it in the light, you'll be able to see some gold colors in there. The red shifts a little to the gold. Some of the blues shift more to a blue and purple color. So they do change color a little bit. All right, so now that I've swirled some of this paint in there, I'm going to put my thumb over the opening, and we're going to give this ornament a good shake. And we're going to make sure that the entire ornament is covered with paint. So the first time you're going to need your paper towel is to wipe your thumb off where you had it over the hole. I'm just going to set my ornament down and get a little baby wipe so I can clean myself up with a baby wipe, because you don't want to be getting paint on yourself as you do this. Now, my ornament is swirled, and I think this is kind of a fun ornament because I can see the white, the green, the red, they're mixing a little bit here, but it's just a fun, colorful ornament. Now, I am going to take my ornament off camera for a moment, and I'm going to sling the paint out of the opening into a trash can. So just a few good flings to really sling the excess paint out of the ornament, and quite a bit's going to come out, and that's exactly what you want to have happen. Then turn the nozzle straight down into your little solo cup and just let the paint drip out of the opening, and I would do that overnight. It's not going to dry very quickly inside this ornament. So let me show you. Inside of a little cup, you can see where the paint drained out of the ornament, and you're just going to let this drip. And sometimes as it drips, some of the gravitational pull will change the little swirl pattern a little bit, but it's going to be fascinating how your ornament dries. So after you have let it sit, either for a few hours or overnight, I would recommend that you change the orientation of your ornament so that you get some airflow into it. While it's upside down, most of the paint's going to be dripping down toward the opening and coming out of the ornament. And then once that's had a chance to set up a little bit, let some air get in there so that it can really, really dry. And the last thing you need to do is just clean off the top of your ornament if you had any paint up there, and then you can reattach the little cap to your ornament. And that did a little better than I was hoping on camera. Spoke too soon. There we go. So anyway, here is what today's ornament looks like with its red, green, and white. Perfect for any holiday tree, or if you go to ornament exchanges or just want to have a fun party with the kids or a get-together with other creative friends, you can do this using the Folk Art Color Shift ornaments. This is the 6-piece color shift set that's available at walmart.com. Did we have any questions, Stephen?
Yeah, Sarah asked, have you tried painting a design on the outside after the inside is done?
You absolutely can do that. No problem whatsoever. Just make sure to clean the outside of the ornament with rubbing alcohol before you paint on it. And I would recommend using the Folk Art multi-surface paint or Folk Art enamels to paint on the outside of the ornament.
Awesome.
Another thing that you could do is if you did your ornaments that are swirled on the inside and you wanted to do something a little more edgy, you could pour a large amount of the color shift paint into a container and then dip the ornament into the color shift, and that would give you the color shift on the outside of the ornament at kind of an interesting little angle there. But then you've got paint on the inside and on the outside, and that would be a fun thing to do. And we might do another kind of ornament decorating live stream later on, and I'll show you how to do some interesting effects with some other colors. So this is a quick, fun, easy thing to do using the Folk Art Color Shift acrylic paints that are available in a great 6-piece set at walmart.com. Any other questions?
I think that's it.
That's it? Okay. So